Bill Hernandez, editor with rockbandreviews.com here in Fort Lauderdale. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And you?
Oh, I'm fantastic. We have a quick interview scheduled for right now. Is this time still good for you?
Fine, yes, certainly is.
Well, I'd just like to say welcome to South Florida and the warm weather.
Yes, well, it's a bit like being in England at the moment.
Right? I mean, while most of the Northeast is contending with, sub-zero temperatures, you and the zombies were
I know.
actually aboard the Celebrity Eclipse cruise ship for the Moody's cruise with the Moody Blues and several other bands. How was that experience like?
It's very invigorating. Someone said it was the roughest Moody Blues cruise, but it was still invigorating seeing all the music and all the people there. It was well done, and catering was incredible, and we really enjoyed it.
I do a lot of cruising with my wife, and I think it's one of the best experiences ever. I mean, you don't have to drive anywhere, you don't have to book a hotel, you can eat 24 hours a day pretty much, and if you get drunk, you don't have to drive home.
That's true, yes, except as you're the captain.
Exactly. Now, with the Moody Blues, you guys were on the ballot this year for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. What happened?
Yes, we were. I've no idea. It was very honouring to be nominated, and I'm glad that the Moody Blues came in. Congratulations to them,
Yeah.
But it was very nice even to be nominated. That was a pleasure.
Yeah, and once you're nominated, within the next couple of years, you're usually in the front door. So I think you guys are going to be next year or the year after, and that would be fantastic.
That would be nice if we're still alive.
Oh, of course, of course. Hey, move down to South Florida. You'll live forever with the sunshine.
So you tell me, yes.
You mentioned the Moody Blues. They're actually performing this Wednesday here in Hollywood, Florida. So we're going to go out to their show and give them some support as well.
Yeah, we're playing around. We're doing the Odyssey and Oracle in about 4 different places in Florida. That's just the original four surviving zombies. So we enjoy doing that, getting recognition after 50 years. But it's part of Rod and Collins' ongoing Zombies tour, which is it's great to have the creativity that they do, and then being honoured for the Odyssey and Oracle album.
Hmm. Now, we're actually going to come out to your show tomorrow and review it as well. And this will be my first time seeing the Zombies in concert, so I'm very, very excited for this show.
Oh, good. I hope you enjoy it. I think you will do.
I think so. Now looking back, can you recall as a young boy when you first heard music and the impact it had on you?
Yes, I can.
Hmm.
Very much so. I mean, it was first of all, it was like Buddy Holly, Elvis, and then of course the English skiffle scene as well. That was in, and then most of it was American based, and that was really great to hear. And so I understand now that the people come up to us and say how much our songs have been important in their lives, and we recognise that because when you're young, songs sort of are the bookmarks of your life. So
Sure.
we recognise that.
Now it's funny because when I ask other musicians that we interview with in other bands who their musical influences were growing up, their answer always mostly includes the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, the Animals, and of course the Zombies. So for me to ask you, like, who were your musical influences that inspired you? And it's interesting because your band is one of these bands that influenced this whole generation of musicians today.
That's so nice to know. It's very important. And of course, music is international. It's a totally new language. And it translates. It translates into several languages. And when American music affected us, we did our version of that, and then it came back that English music was affected by American musicians and changed as well. So that's invigorating for all of music.
Now, as a bass player, are you self-taught?
Yes. Well, my father played double bass, and I did play double bass for quite a while. But yeah, I'm basically so. I never got lessons.
Now, are you strictly a bass guitar player, or do you dabble in the stand-up as well?
No, I used to when I was at school, but uh, the trouble with the bass is you can't really write songs on a bass guitar.
True,
So
true.
I can play terrible keyboards and terrible guitar I can play to write songs.
Now, I had heard in another interview you had done a few years ago that Butcher's Tale is one of your favorite zombie songs. Now, is that a difficult song to do live?
Yes, it is, because it's an emotional song.
Yes.
One of my uncles, before I was born, was 16 when he was killed in the Battle of the Somme in the First World War. Mm-hmm. And so my mother told me all about him, dying. But then I read a book about the donkeys, and I suddenly realized in the Battle of the Somme, 60,000 casualties before breakfast. Mm-hmm. And the horror of it really affected me so much. Sometimes I have trouble singing it on stage because then I go straight into a song called Friends of Mine, which is quite upbeat. So it can be emotional doing it on stage.
Yeah, I could understand. Now, you're a songwriter in your own right as well. Now, do you draw from personal experience, or are some of the songs just stories or ideas that are floating around in your head?
Well, there's a strange thing, songwriting. Sometimes you don't like to analyze it because words come, chords come, and then they develop. And sometimes I hear my old songs and think, did I write that? So I don't know where it comes from. Basically, I have an idea or a chord sequence or a word or even a title. It can start you off. Mm-hmm. The thing is to keep doing it, keep writing. As I encourage younger musicians always to write their own songs. Mm-hmm. You grow with it.
Now, finally, what is next for you personally and with the Zombies? Anything coming up after you finish these this tour that you guys are on right now?
Well, first of all, it was a pleasure doing the 50th anniversary. When our album first came out, mm-hmm. Odyssey and Oracle, nobody wanted it, so that's why we split up. Then I've been working with Rod on Argent and Colin's first 3 solo albums. I've been working with young musicians and still writing and producing, but then we're now working on a musical based on the making of Odyssey and Oracle.
Oh, fantastic!
So we really enjoy doing that, I think.
Well, we're looking forward to it, and we'll certainly keep in touch with your publicists. And whenever that's ready or anything else pops up, we'll be sure to get the word out to the world.
Oh, thank you. Well, I think we will. I think we'll enjoy doing that. Getting young musicians to play our parts because we're too old to do it now.
And you can just sit back and watch and enjoy.
No, I don't think we'll be able to sit back. It'll be hard work.
Chris, I want to thank you so much for taking time and consideration and talking with me today. I hope you have a great show out there in Key West tonight, and we're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow evening here in Fort Lauderdale.
I should look forward to seeing you there. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you there.